People will get mad when you make generalizations on a specific topic, but then they'll do the same thing in another topic. Say you make a broad generalization on dating, but then somebody else will do it related to a field that they work in, and they'll get mad for you doing it on dating, but when they do it in their specific, career field, it's different to them. Why is it different? The world works in generalizations. The entire world has always worked this way. You could take a moment and say before every single sentence, excluding this group, that group, and that group, you need to do this, this, and this, but not these people. But that hinders the conversation. Like, for example, if you post a video talking about most people should get more steps, it will help you lose fat. And then somebody says, what about the person in a wheelchair? I've actually had a comment like this before. Yeah, but if I were to take a step back and include every single person who has every single type of disability that hinders them from walking or excludes their life or gives them a specific circumstance, that hinders the conversation. This is why the world works in generalities. And it's good for you to use speech patterns such as in general or some people or most people instead of all people, every person, because then you're intentionally excluding people out of the conversation. So when I use generalizations, because this is how the world works, I will say most people, some people, in this situation, in this circumstance, most people should. I'll use words like this to actually give a generalization without excluding people, and people will still comment, what about this person? What about that person? If you don't know how speech works, that's a skill issue. But at the end of the day, the world works in generalizations. Use speech to actually portray that. Otherwise, you're just not using your speech correctly, and people will still misconstrue you no matter what. But at the end of the day, don't get mad. The world has always and will always work in generalizations.